How's it going, my truant people? DrSlaking, the Slacking Doctor, back with the semi-finals for the UBL as your Bowland Bovines go up against Vepsis and his Helsinki Hydreigons. Huge shout out to my opponent. It's been really tough scheduling this one, but he's been a good guy. I'm going to drop him a good luck, have fun, as he's dropped me one. Yeah, he's been super cool about scheduling. He's been ill, he's had a lot going on. So we've got this pushed back a long time. I apologise to you guys about how late this is going up. It was just one of those things where he had a lot going on, and we didn't really want to give a forfeit here. Auto, thank you to him for being really cool and letting us extend and not kind of making Vepsis take a forfeit or anything like that. It's really not something you want to see in a semi-final, and especially against an opponent of Vepsis' caliber. Like, this isn't one where I can be like, oh, this is a foregone conclusion. I would have won anyway, just give me the forfeit win. Not at all. This man is a very, very scary opponent. In fact, I would say we are comfortable underdogs here. I would make him the favourite. So I'm just having a look at what I expected to see. No Gengar. I do see Conkeldurr. I did think we'd see that. Do we see an Obstagoon? We see no Obstagoon. That's amazing. No Obstagoon. Seismitoad and Corviknight do come. Weezing's here. Okay. So our win con in this game is Trick Room Reuniclus, and it's looking very, very good right now. What's that thing called? The Center Scorch. Senti and then Noivern. So the Center Scorch looks like a bit of a problem for the team I've brought, but he's brought a very slow team. Like, outside the Noivern, everything is outsped by Drill outside of Sand, and that's huge because I've actually not brought Sand Rush Drill. It looks like I have, but I haven't, basically. So I put it at the front of the pie, kind of try and put Sand Rush immediately in his head by having it right next to the Gigalith there. I'm going to lead off with Gigalith because I don't think there's anything too much that would scare me if I did that. And yeah, the reason that I'm leading off with the reason that I'm bringing this is I've actually got Sand Force Excadrill, and we're going to try and break through his Corviknight using Drill, because that makes Reuniclus as a sweeper much more effective in the late game. I'm running Psychic Thunder Focus Blast Reuniclus. I'm nervous in case you can't tell. This is the first time you guys are getting to see me live in a big playoff game like this in a long time. All of my kind of big playoff games have been post-commed, and I get very nervous, and I have a bit of history of choking these games away. So we do see the Noivern lead. I don't think he'll taunt here. I think that would be just such a needlessly brave play. I'm going to get my Sand up, and again, you know, this all points towards Sand Rush Drill. Yeah, I think he'll go hard Conkeldurr. To taunt here would be so loose on a potential Stone Edge, as this is his main form of speed control. So really, to get things in range of Reuniclus, I don't need to do too much. I have Banded Arcanine as a Wall Breaker. Yeah, okay, that's the play I expected to see. I have Sand Force Excadrill as a Wall Breaker. Galissapod is fairly strong. Gigalith can go boom if I need to take a KO. There's only really Vullaby here that's passive, and Vullaby just was for like the Gengar and to click a U-turn. Without a Gengar here, Vullaby really isn't as important. I can kind of use it a little bit more carelessly, I guess. It's still good for Noivern, though. It's still Spadef and good for Noivern. So out comes the Conkeldurr. I'd love to see a Flame Orb here so that he's taking chip from Sandstorm and Flame Orb, but it doesn't look to be the case. It is the case. Good, 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 good. So now we've got our hazards up, and we've got some pressure on. I'm going to go into Swarlington. This thing doesn't get like knockoff or anything pre-home. Remember, this is a pre-home league, so he can't run knockoff or anything like that to hit me. I don't honestly know if it got Stone Edge, but if it does and he makes a Stone Edge play here, he makes a Stone Edge play here. I then get my Excadrill in to click a Sand Force Earthquake. I do have the Chople Berry, so I can take a Mach Punch and stuff like that. This just applies a lot of pressure. I think the most likely play we see here is a Defog, probably, which would suggest that, okay, just goes for the Facade, that's fine, this is going to do a lot, but yeah, just knock us straight into emergency exit, and we pivot. It's not ideal, but it means that this probably isn't the Defogger, so that's fine. If I bring in my Arcanine here, he doesn't look like he has a lot of switch-ins to Banded Arcanine at all, and I'm just going to run a Calc on Conkeldurr with the max HP because he's about to take some Sand and yeah, he's not really taking this, I don't think. He's about to take some Sand and some Flame Orb. So I'm going to bring in the Arcanine here. We are Flash Fire. He could Mach Punch and get Chip off, but then he's sacking this. And he could go into Scent Scorch, I guess, but if he goes into Scent Scorch, we get to find out if he's Boots or not. I guess this is loose because he's got the Scent Scorch, actually. Maybe the Excadrill was a better play. Excadrill and Sand. He's just free Corviknight though, and I can't afford to SD on this thing, and even in Sand I'm not killing if he's max HP. So here I can make a play. Like, I can try and predict the thing and double on the Center Scorch. I think he wants to keep this around. Like, I don't think he just attacks here. Is there a play I can make that would cover both? I can go into the Vullaby. That would cover him staying in. And that would cover him going into the Center Scorch. Ooh. Again, I could just go into Swallington, but that priority is still pretty nice against the team he's brought. I think I'm going to make the play into Vullaby. I think it covers both plays. I'm really hoping we see the Center Scorch here on the potential banded like Flare Blitz, and I hope we see Boots Center Scorch. I feel like Vepsis is a fairly safe player, so I feel like I can kind of make these plays. I have played him once before, and I feel like he tends to, as he goes out into this thing, which maybe implies that the Center Scorch isn't Boots. So what I instantly want to do here is I kind of want to straightaway U-turn as my first instinct and get in my Swallington. But I actually think a knockoff is more useful at this point in the game. He's probably going to get his rocks up. As you know, he doesn't. He pivots out again. So he doesn't want to deal with this thing. What does he go out into? As he goes out into this, is this going to be neutralizing gas? No. So it is a levitate set because there's no there's no misty terrain. Sorry, I'm trying to slow down because I'm definitely nervous and I'm definitely playing at like 100 miles an hour right now. Ooh, I nearly went to run then. I'm just going to... How fast am I? I need to just slow down for a second because I'm nervous and I'm playing that way. So let's take our time and let's just think, okay? Let's slow down. I'm at 84 speed. I'm going to U-turn. I'll take anyone hit anyway. This thing's really just designed to be a pivot, and I want to get the initiative. So, yeah, we are faster. I mean, the chip makes no difference, but if he, for some reason, tries to double, tries to make an aggressive call, I could get that switch off for free there. So he either Strange Steams, or he kind of Will-O-Wisps, I think. Could Toxic Spike. Either way, I'm going to get in my Arcanine here. I wonder if he's White Smoke, so he goes for the Defog. Okay. I forgot this thing could do that. So we lose our rocks, but that's fine. Maybe Center Scorch wasn't Boots, and that was the problem with him going to Center Scorch last time. Alright, I'm going to pivot into Golisopod, I think. I'm taking so much chip with all these doubles. I'm actually going to go Drill. I'm going to go Drill because he doesn't Wisp this thing. He never Wisps an Arcanine. He Sludge Bombs an Arcanine if he stays into attack. And if he goes into anything here, it's likely to be the Center Scorch, I think. No, he goes for the Toxic. Okay, so we can now Iron Head. We've knocked off his Black Sludge. I want to SD so bad. If he goes Corviknight, it's not like there aren't plays I can make. There are. No, I'm going to Sword Stance. I'm going to be aggressive. Like, I want to be aggressive in this game. I want to put Vepsis on the back foot. Like, that's why I've been making these plays I've been making. Okay, he goes into this thing. I'm hoping Sand's still up. Like, I haven't been counting Sand turns. I don't necessarily need them. He's Pressure, so he's not Mirror Armor. That's interesting. I thought Mirror Armor would come potentially, like, Intimidate Arcanine, Spadef drops from various like special attackers, and here I'm just going to Rock Slide. This is going to do quite a lot. We're in Sand, we're Sand Force, we're +2. Yeah, we do a decent chunk there. Our Tropical Berry is going to get popped, which is tough, but it means that he's not going to do very much, and this thing's now put well into Thunder range from Uniclus. Well into Thunder ranges. He actually gets a crit there, which, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not the worst. So, here on my play, as he gets his leftovers, this play is probably to Roost. He could try and go Conkeldurr. I'm going to Rock Slide again, because a +2 hit will pressure Conkeldurr. And I'll still be able to apply some offensive pressure, so... And of course we always have the flinch chance, so I can basically just stay in and spam this and hope we don't miss. As he just goes for the KO. I wonder if he hadn't got that crit, whether that would have 2-hit KO'd. That really sucks for us. That really sucks. That's not what we wanted to see at all, if I'm being completely honest. But this game's about servicing a win con, and we haven't necessarily lost that win con, so that's fine. I need to force KOs. I need to force KOs, and I haven't been doing that. I've been making lots of switches, but I haven't been forcing things. So here I'm going to go for the CC. Banded close combat is going to do a lot to anything. I'm pretty sure it will pick up the knockout on this thing, but I don't think he's going to leave this thing in. I'm hoping he goes Toad here, but I could... Yeah, it is the Toad. Okay, this should do quite a chunk. This should do quite a chunk. We get a big chunk. We get a big chunk. So I think the reason he body pressed twice was he didn't want to risk the flinch from Rock Slide. I thought he would roost. I think a greedier player would have roosted. I think his right play was not to roost. So this is a 2-hit KO. He could go into Noivern. If he goes into Noivern, he can U-turn on my switch into Gigalith, and then he can roost with the Corviknight. I'm just going to CC again anyway, because... I can potentially make some predictions around that, right? I can potentially make some predictions around that. And if he goes into... Yeah, so he goes into this thing. He'll find my choice band. I'm going to click CC. Right, so I think his play here is to U-turn, because my Gigalith looks like a telegraphed switch-in. And I think he would then get momentum. But he could just U-turn the next turn into the Corviknight. But then if I Stone Edge, he can't roost at the Corviknight. How do I want to play this? If I go into anything and he goes Corviknight on a U-turn, that's so bad for me. If I go Golisopod, it's kind of okay. It's kind of okay if I go Golisopod. And then if I sack it, I can do what? I can bring this thing back out and play Rough. I don't like that play. I'm going to CC again. I'm going to CC again. It stops him because I think he's just going to U-turn. I got to play to my guns here. Like, I'm pretty confident he's just going to U-turn. This isn't necessarily like the objectively best play. It's definitely a reckless play, but I'm trying to just call him. I didn't really get a chance to discuss this at the beginning of the video. I'm not super keen on my matchup here, and I've played Vepsis before, and he'll kind of just abuse his safe pivots and just wear you down if you don't ever make ballsy plays against him. So that's what I want to do here. So Gigalith could be free. If he makes the switch into... If he makes the switch into Corviknight, it would be bad if he makes it here. But it won't be the end of the world, I guess. I've got some good chip off on everything. I'm going to make the play. I'm going to make the play because I don't think he's going to double into the Corviknight here. I just don't think he's going to do it on the first turn. Because I could just stay in and CC again. I've kind of shown that willingness just to stay in and keep clicking close combat to not allow the Corviknight back in. So I don't think he's going to double into Corviknight here. As he just goes to the Strange Steam, which we should chew up because Gigalith's an absolute monster. Yeah, so please don't confuse me. Doesn't confuse me. We get the Sand Chip. I want a Stone Edge here very badly. He doesn't really switch into it apart from Conkeldurr. How much do I need rocks? How much do I need rocks? I'm not sure that thing's boots, so I want rocks. I'm not sure that from the way he's played it, it's either not Flash Fire or it's not boots on the Center Scorch. And that makes me think that rocks are really invaluable in this matchup. If he Wisps here and then stays into Defog, he's slowly just getting worn down with Sand, I guess. And that's really, really good. But yeah, it's not ideal. I need to start taking some KOs off him soon. I need to force the issue. Do I think he's Toxic, Strange Steam, Wisp, Defog? No. There we go. That answers that question. So that's okay. That's fine. That means that he's not too good against the Arcanine, realistically. He can only kind of Toxic the Arcanine. I think that's his play here, is to Toxic. I don't think he's Strange Steamed again, because it's not doing enough. I think his play is to Toxic. Is my Golisopod faster than this Weezing? Because I know that my Vullaby was. How much speed did I put into Golisopod? Not enough, not enough. His play is always to Toxic here. So I'm going to go out with the Arcanine. Oh, his play is to Defog, sorry. So I'm going to go out with the Arcanine. And I'm gonna force a KO here, like with Flare Blitz, because I'm pretty sure he's defogs. Yeah, he defogs. Okay. I guess I could have Stone Edged. Maybe that would have forced a KO better. I don't know, because if we miss, and he's gonna be physically tanky, so yeah, he's gonna be physically tanky. So maybe not. Maybe this is the best way. So I'm going to click the Banded Flare Blitz here. If you go Center Scorch, like, I need to know something about this goddamn Center Scorch, because I wasn't prepped for this thing at all. Don't think I saw it in any of my mocks, and I don't know what it wants to do in this matchup, but I know that it's quite tanky on the Spadef side. Like, I know this thing has a good Spadef stat. So, what's his Spadef? Yeah, base 90, base 100 HP. Okay, so is it just Flash Fire? Fine. How speedy is it? Faster than my Golisopod, but my Golisopod Aquajet should do about 50%. So he knows he's safe just to attack here. Gigalith is still really useful in this game. This thing isn't, so I'm going to go into this. We probably take 2 Fire Lashes if he doesn't defense drop, and I don't think it's guaranteed defense drop. I think it's like 50%. I don't know too much about this thing really. We are struggling here. How much does my Reuniclus do this thing from full? Okay, goes for the Leech Life. That's fine. That's not going to do too much. Uniclus is only doing like 50%. Oh, this is a very Spadef set. If he's like fully offensive, we do like 61. Yeah, this thing is going to stop my Uniclus sweep if I don't do something about it. It really is. So I don't think he stays in here. So I'm just going to U-turn, and I can't afford him going into Corviknight. That's the crucial thing. Like if he stays in, fine. But if he goes Corviknight and Roost, that's hell for me. Alright, as this thing comes back out. Okay. I could go Gigalith, but that's really not the play. Arcanine's always the play. Like, Arcanine is always the play. And, I then have to just figure out like my way around. I feel like he must not be boots, and that's why he's made these plays. So my Banded E-Speed isn't going to kill a Fizdef Wheezing, like not even close, but it will two-shot it. Alright, that's my play then. It will two-shot it. I don't think he Pain Splits here. The Center Scorch is still free. Like, I want to make the double into Gigalith, but and then get rocks up, but then he just comes back into this thing. That's fine. Yeah, it's a 2-hit KO, and he gets the Toxic off, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. This thing's on a timer, obviously, which sucks, but I don't think he can go Corviknight, but he can go Corviknight and Roost after this. So, is he? Oh, he's going to die to Sand, right? He dies to Sand, which means Corviknight can come in and Roost on me here. Shit. Yeah, I didn't think enough steps ahead. Fuck, that was bad. So Corviknight comes in and roosts. Gigalith gets rocks back up. Yeah, good play. No, because Body Press might kill my Gigalith. I can't make that play. What I have to do is I have to Vullaby. On his Roost. Then I have to U-turn. Then I have to go back into Arcanine. And then I have to get the play right. So we've got a few things we've got to do here. Because I've got to force some more KOs. And I've got to get my rocks up. Because this thing should just stay in and attack my Vullaby. Like, realistically, he can just stay in and attack here. And he's going to get back up to full. So, I don't think I can win this game with any mon other than... Can I win with Banded E-Speed? By going into Reuniclus here and clicking Thunder? That seems loose. No way, not with Sensi around, no way, Jose. Yeah, Reuniclus is still my win con, I can't deviate, I don't have another win con I can change to. Golisopod looks strong, but it's not going to do enough to everything. I have to keep positioning for Reuniclus right now, it's my best play right now. Okay, so, Body Press, this thing is getting worn down, I can't like try and PP stall him or anything because he has pressure, so like there's no, he wins that race. Alright, so we go out to the Arcanine here. And I expect Center Scorch to come back in. If I expect Center Scorch to come back in, the play I can make is into the Golisopod and Aqua Jet, and maybe force some damage onto the Golisopod that way. But he's got the Toad. I could Spike, but if he's Heavy Duty Boots, that doesn't gain me anything. No, I can't. None of those are the plays I can make. I have to Extreme Speed. I have to Extreme Speed and call the Center Scorch, and I have to get Chip Off on the Center Scorch. He does withdraw. He probably sacks the Toad, but that means that Golisopod can do it next time. Okay, we get the Chip Off. We get the Chip Off. That's perfect. We needed this. Maybe we can see Leftovers, something like that here. That's really big. That's really, really big. No item revealed on this thing. Right. No item revealed in this thing. Which is more useful right now to me? Vullaby or this? Vullaby. Because Vullaby can still come in on the Toad and just pivot out for free. So this can still come in on the Toad and click First Impression. No, Vullaby can still help with Noivern. Vullaby can still help with Noivern. I think Golisopod's the sack if I have to sack. And I can First Impression to like reduce the Leech Life recovery. Resto Chesto. He does not want me getting damage on this thing, but that means it's not rocks. And if that means it's not rocks, that means that if he rests up and recovers here, I can get my rocks up. As he isn't Chesto. So he could still be Boots. So a Spike doesn't benefit me that much. Toad could come out. I'm going to First Impression. I don't want Seismitoad just coming out on me here and just recovering up because it's really low. Yeah. I mean, we're making the right calls. What more can I do in this game? I'm satisfied with that at least. And we force a KO. The Center Scorch is asleep and he's probably relying on Sleep Talk to hit me. He is Boots. I'm certain of it. He's not Chesto. He's not Leftovers. He's almost certainly Boots. So he can force a KO here. Is this thing my most useless member to give him the KO on? It definitely... It's more useless than the Vullaby, right? I don't know, because now that Water Spam is free, it's not. You see, now that we can click that Aqua Jet on stuff, this just got so much better in this game. Because even under Trick Room, was this Brave Bird, even under Trick Room, like, yeah, and he's taking recoil, which is good. Even under Trick Room, that looks, my Golisopod looks solid, is what I'm trying to say here. So let's see, Weezing's dead, right? No, what's dead? Yeah, Weezing's dead, Seismitoad's dead, Corviknight's in range of a Thunder, and I was slower than him last time, right? So I can U-turn here. Corviknight's in range of a Thunder. Noivern's in range of a Psychic. Almost, no. I probably need rocks. I probably still need my rocks. Other than that, Reuniclus nearly sweeps. So I go back into Arcanine here. Reuniclus is close, man. We're close. I gotta get itself on the right mon, and it's probably gonna be this Corviknight. I was tempted to just go for it here, but I'm relying on Sleep Talk, Senti not getting the rolls he needs, and I'm relying on Noivern not KOing me after the Corviknight Brave Birds me, and I don't trust any of those things, so I don't want to do that yet. This is a big turn. I'm gonna Flare Blitz. I think I'm going to Flare Blitz because I think I don't lose too much if it goes Senti. He has to double with the Senti to force the issue. Yes! Yes! Okay. I thought he might because I've been playing so aggressive. I thought he might. Alright, Corviknight goes down. Man, that's not bad for that Aqua Jet now. That's not bad. That's not bad for Golisopod. This is tense. This is tense. So can he go into anything to punish Gigalith? No. But if he goes into the Noivern and he kills Swarlington, I can boom with Gigalith the turn after and sweep. And I can get rocks up the turn. I'm going to Swarlington. I think that's my best play. I'm just trying to figure out how I position this end game. But this gives me first impression damage on the Noivern if it's the Noivern that comes out. This thing shouldn't be able to outspeed me. Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr to my Golisopod. He could outspeed me. So I think my play is just to Aqua Jet and get guaranteed damage off. And then he's forcing me to go for game here essentially with Reuniclus. He's essentially forcing me because I can't. I'm assuming this thing doesn't just Oko Reuniclus with Facade, which is a big assumption that I've been making this whole game. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So I should have preserved this for first impression. I should have sacked Gigalith there. I got 2 turns of Sand Chip. Shit, yeah, I should have preserved that. Shit, that's bad. That was loose. That was really loose. Because Noivern will take 1 Psychic. Yeah, I lose. Yeah, I lose. Shit. Oh, man. Unless somehow... I don't think I've got any speed on my Gigalith this week. I'm pretty sure I lose. No, wait, I should have gone Reuniclus. Why did I go to this? Fuck! I just didn't mean to click this. I didn't mean to do that. I've just thrown, I think. Oh, I did not mean to click that at all because this thing could have beaten the last 2 Mons. I did not mean to click that at all. This is awful. This is really bad. I didn't mean to click that. I was looking at Gigalith to see I had speed on it, and I wasn't thinking. Second UBL semi-finals in a row I've just thrown. Because if I Trick Roomed with Reuniclus here, I killed with my Psychic the next turn. Ah! Yeah, no, he still could have won. He still could have won. It's fine. Basically, I'm just going to explode here. Like, that's fine. Basically, what I'm thinking is... Yeah, he's going to get back to 4. That's fine. What I'm thinking is, if I Trick Roomed next turn with Reuniclus, I would have Psychic and killed the Conkeldurr. But actually, I wouldn't have done, because all he would have to do is sack the Center Scorch, bring in Noivern, live 1, kill the Reuniclus, and then Conkeldurr beats me with Mach Punch. I'd lost anyway. It's fine. Unless I crit the Noivern, which was always what I had to do, I'd lost anyway. So, man, it's because he brought out this Conkeldurr and I went Golisopod. I lost on timer. I didn't even watch the timer. I'd lost anyway. Unless I crit the Noivern, it's all G. Like, it's all good on the timer thing because unless I'd crit the Noivern, Psychic doesn't Oko from Reuniclus. So, yeah, it doesn't Oko. So I'd lost anyway. Yeah, I'd lost anyway unless I'd crit the Psychic and then Centiskorch hadn't pulled the right turn on sleep. And if he had Mach Punch, Facade into Mach Punch probably beat me. I just made the wrong play going Golisopod there on the Conkeldurr. I didn't get my positioning right. I don't mind losing to timer because I was playing very slow. Man, I thought I choked again. Whew, I was upset for a minute there. I thought I'd choked 2 semi-finals in a row in this league, but no. GG to Vepsis. That Center Scorch, man, it screwed Banded Arcanine. Maybe I was too aggressive in my build. Yeah, this happens. I'm gutted. I am gutted. I won't lie. We've had a good season, though. We've had a good season. We lost to a very good opponent. 3-0, but timer got me. We would have lost regardless, so that's how it is. I'm trying to think where I went wrong. Maybe I was too aggressive with my drill. You know, I feel like we got a lot of plays right. How many times did we Flare Blitz into Center Scorch? Once. How many times did we CC into a Mon we couldn't kill? Once. Like, I feel like we got a lot of plays right in this game. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not too disheartened, honestly. Like, I don't think I played that badly. My win con was a tough one to pull off. It was always going to be tough. And I didn't get my positioning right, which is usually a strong point of mine. I'm disappointed with that. I'm very disappointed that I just never got the position to get Reuniclus to sweep. I was so close. I think with that Arcanine there at the end, maybe I should have gone. Gigalith, and so I should have said GG to him ages ago. I'm going to keep talking for a second. By all means, switch off. I'm just trying to think about my end game, and I want to talk about it a little bit. And if you guys want to stay, then please do. If not, I understand. Thank you for watching. If I hadn't gone into the Arcanine on that on that Corviknight at the end, and I tried to take the body press from what I'm assuming was a full defensive Corviknight with my Gigalith, how much would it have done? Because if I could have got Rocks Up and he wasn't Boots Noivern, I did choke a little bit, but it would have still been dependent on Sleep Talk rolls and him not stalling me out turns wise of my Trick Room. It's looking like it only does like 33 to 40% to my Gigalith. I'm not Fizz Def Gigalith at all, so I just assumed I'd take more than that. I'm pretty sure I was over 50. I think what I should have done then is instead of going into the Arcanine and getting the Flare Blitz play correct on the Corviknight, because that was like such a hype moment, because it was like, yeah, I'm in now, I'm in. But what that did was that removed the thing that I got my Trick Room up on. That removed the thing that I set it up on. If he had gone into Center Scorch like after, I needed to somehow force him in Center Scorch again when it was sleeping and get a trick and get the right. Or maybe I could have done it on Noivern. But I never got the opportunity to do it on Noivern again because he brought out that Conkeldurr on the double down. I think I needed to read the double down situation and realize quicker that a double down lost me the game because I couldn't beat Conkeldurr from that point. And I didn't register that. Me going into Gigalith before going into Reuniclus was stupid, but that really didn't matter. I might have been able to force one more KO, but chances are if he had Mach Punch on his Conkeldurr, he swept anyway. So, I mean, here's what I could have done. I could have gone into Reuniclus instead of Gigalith, and I could have clicked Psychic, and I would have killed the Conkeldurr after he facaded me. And he had to facade me. He could not switch on an Iron Defense. He couldn't do it. He would have lost the game. So he had to facade me, and I would have killed him with Psychic. Then Gigalith could have Stone Edged the Noivern and Stone Edged the Center Scorch. Maybe I got too focused on that Reuniclus endgame, and right at the end I needed to adapt. Yeah, because my Stone Edge is always killing Noivern. I think that was my play. Now, if his Noivern had Focus Blast, please go watch his side of this game, by the way, because it would be very interesting to see, you know, the sets and stuff. If his Noivern had Focus Blast, he still wasn't killing my Gigalith. Yeah, I did choke a little bit. I did. What I should have done is I should have gone Reuniclus. I should have clicked Psychic. That would have forced a KO. If he had gone Noivern, he could have got some damage off, gone back into Conkeldurr and swept me. So it would have come down to him staying in with Conkeldurr on my Reuniclus to click Facade. I would have needed him to do that, and then I would have taken the Conkeldurr from him. That was 100% my plays in that situation. I wasn't thinking clear enough to think of that and calm enough. And this is me in playoff games, I'll be honest, especially with a tough timer. I don't think clear and calm enough like I would do in the regular season. I get nervous and I get shaky and I rush. And I'll be the first to admit that. And that's something that matters in Pokemon. A cool head is vital to a mental game. And it's something that people don't talk about enough. You can have an unbeaten regular season, but if you're not a calm head under pressure in playoffs, you'll never be a great player. And I'm certainly not, and large part is because of that. But if I had made those plays, I think I could have won. So if I were to play that game again with what I know now, I would have gone Reuniclus and I would have Psychicked on that Conkeldurr, and we'll never know if he would have stayed into Facade. I personally think he had to. I think he could not risk an Iron Defense, and I think he always had to stay in on Facade. And I think we won the game if Gigalith landed a Stone Edge on a Noivern. We won the game from that point. So, it's possible Scorch could... It's still possible Scorch could have been Charsey Berry and maybe lived on. And it's also still possible that Scorch could have... He could have Draco Meteored my Gigalith with the Noivern, put me down to about 20%, and then Scorch could have Sleep Talk pulled the Leech Life that maybe would have done 20%. So it's not cut and dry, but I think we would have had a very good chance at winning if I'd made those plays. I'm trying to look at Scorch versus Gigalith now. Yeah, if you'd pull Power Whip, Knockoff, or Leech Life as the 3 of the 4 attacks that are listed on the Showdown 4 attacks set, he would have killed me from the after the Draco Meteor damage. So maybe Knockoff could have been a roll depending on the Draco Meteor damage. So, and if he'd had Focus Blast on Noivern, he definitely would have killed me with any move, even Fire Lash from Scorch. So yeah, we would have been dependent on landing 2 Focus Blasts and not getting a bad Sleep Talk pull. What can you do, right? It wouldn't have been cut and dry. So we had outs. I didn't play the best I could have played, but I'm actually proud of how I played 90% of that game. I didn't play the end game to the best percentage chance I had of winning, but I also didn't play... There wasn't a great percentage chance of me winning in any scenario. The rest of the game, I felt like I played pretty well. I just couldn't get through this team that he'd brought with the way I played. So it is what it is. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with how the season's ended. GG to Vepsis. I like to reflect on these. I usually do this off camera. I'd do this off camera normally. I'd sit here for 40 minutes, whatever, just go back through the replay and I'd look at it. And I recommend any of you that are trying to improve at Draft League, because, you know, I'm not the best player in the world, and chances are you're not either. Do this. It is good. It's good to look back and speculate. So anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully you've enjoyed an awesome UBL season, because I know I have. We crash out at the semi-final stage again to last season's runner-up Vepsis. I'm hyped for an AutoMatthic Vepsis final. You guys should go and check both of them out. It's going to be a hype final. I know those two are good friends. I'm pretty sure Vepsis helps auto-build sometimes, I think. So yeah, it's going to be like 2 buddies going head-to-head. Very hype game, and hey, I know that was the final Auto would have preferred. He said it in his semi-final video, and I don't blame him. If it was me and one of my close buddies, I'd won that final too. So yeah, I'm going to be watching. It's going to be fun. This UBL season's been an absolute pleasure. I've loved Toxicroak. Gigalith is a fucking monster. Like, people sleep on Gigalith. Drill, I got more fun sets. We just brought a Sand Force Drill, and my win con was Thunder Focus Blast Reuniclus. Like, we brought some heat in this final. We didn't get to show it all off, but we brought some heat, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good season. Toxicroak I'll be using again. That boy just featured in the Showdown Live with me in Strongfall, which got robbed of 200 views by YouTube. Thanks for that one, YouTube. But yeah, we've had a great season. We've had a great season. Thank you guys so much for making it a great season. Thank you so much for loafing around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.